Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Walker, and I'm back with another wonder story. This one is a nonfiction story called Earth by Jeffrey Zulke. I've got my reading glasses on, I got my reading cat, and I hope you enjoy the story. Earth by Jeffrey Zulke. Essential question: what do we know about Earth and its neighbors? Read about how Earth is different from the other planets and the moon. Our home planet. Have you ever seen this planet before? This is Earth. It is home to you and everyone you know. Billions of people live on this planet. Billions more plants and animals live here too. That makes Earth a special planet. As far as we know, no other planet has living beings on it. How does Earth support life when other planets do not? Our planet has everything creatures need to live. It has water, it has air we can breathe. From space, you can see Earth's blue oceans and brown land. How is our planet different from other planets? People enjoy the bright sunshine and warm temperatures on a beach. Earth's water and air make it an ideal place for living things. Earth has warmth too. Gases covering the planet hold in heat from the sun. That keeps our planet warm, but not too warm. Some planets are much too cold to support life. Others are much too hot. Earth is just the right temperature to support life. We can study Earth in our own backyard, but scientists have also learned about Earth by studying space. They have learned how other planets are different from ours. Learning more about space helps us understand why our planet is one of a kind. Studying space has allowed us to learn a lot about Earth. Earth and its neighbors. Earth shares its neighborhood in space with many other planets. Earth is part of the solar system. The solar system includes the Sun and 8 planets. It also includes rocks called asteroids. Dwarf planets are part of the solar system too. Dwarf planets are smaller than the 8 main planets. The Sun lies at the center of the solar system. The planets closest to the Sun are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. These planets are made mostly of solid rock. Scientists call them the rocky planets. This diagram shows planets and objects in our solar system. The asteroid belt and Kuiper belt are groups of rocky and icy objects. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are called gas giants. They are mostly made of gas. They are the largest planets in the solar system. They are also farthest from the Sun. Earth is the largest of the rocky planets. It is the 5th largest planet in the solar system. Earth is nearly 8,000 miles, or 12,800 kilometers wide. But our planet is much smaller than the gas giants. More than 1,000 Earths could fit inside Jupiter, the biggest planet. Earth is the 3rd planet from the Sun. The Sun is about 93 million miles or 150 million kilometers away from Earth. To travel that far on Earth, you would have to circle the globe 3,733 times. This picture shows the 8 planets in our solar system. The Sun appears on the left and the dwarf planet Pluto is on the right. This picture shows the size of each planet compared to the others. The Sun may be very far from Earth, but its rays warm the planet. Deserts like the Sahara get very hot. Each planet follows its own path around the Sun. The path is called an orbit. The orbits are a little bit elliptical. That means they are oval-shaped paths. Earth takes a little more than 365 days to orbit the Sun. One trip around the Sun equals 1 year. Planets also rotate as they travel. They spin around like a top. Each planet rotates around its axis. An axis is an imaginary line that runs through the center of the planet from the top to bottom. Earth's axis is tilted, so Earth leans to one side as it spins. It rotates all the way around in 24 hours. That's exactly 1 day. This diagram shows the paths of the rocky planets around the Sun. Earth's closest neighbor. Everyone knows about Earth's closest neighbor. We see it in the sky almost every night. It is the moon. The moon is much smaller than Earth. It is about 2,160 miles or 3,475 kilometers wide. About 50 moons would fit inside Earth. Our moon orbits Earth just as Earth orbits the sun. The moon takes about 27 days to travel around Earth. Like our planet, the moon also rotates, but it rotates much more slowly than Earth. The moon takes a little more than 27 days to turn all the way around. Since it travels around Earth in the same amount of time, the same side of the moon always faces us. The moon looks small when shown side by side with Earth. It is actually much farther from Earth than shown here. From night to night, the moon seems to change shape. Sometimes we can see the full moon. Other times it looks as if it has been cut in half. The moon's shape seems to change just a little each night. Over about 1 month, it grows into a full moon and then gets smaller and disappears again. The moon seems to grow bigger until half of its round shape shows. This is called the moon's first quarter. It grows larger until we see the full moon. The full moon shines for a night or two. Then it looks smaller bit by bit until we see the last quarter. Finally, the crescent disappears into a new moon. We see only the parts of the moon that are lit by the sun. As the moon travels around Earth, sunlight hits the moon from different directions. When it hits the side of the moon facing Earth, we see a full moon. If it mostly lights the side facing away from Earth, we see only a sliver. The moon may not seem far away, but it is very far. Our moon is 238,855 miles from Earth. Imagine you could drive from Earth to the moon in a car going 50 miles per hour. It would take nearly 200 days of nonstop driving to get there. The moon is closer to Earth than any planets are, but still very far away. Once you reach the moon, what would you see? The moon's surface is mostly gray rocks and dirt. You would see some mountains and many deep valleys. You would also see many craters. Craters are bowl-shaped pits in the surface. Some craters are just a few miles wide. The largest ones are more than 1,000 miles wide. Craters are formed when rocks or ice from space slam into the moon's surface. These objects are called meteorites and comets. The moon's surface has craters of many different sizes. These craters are on the side of the moon that faces away from Earth. This image shows the gray surface of the moon. The dark patches are areas filled with lava rock. This is the side of the moon we see from Earth. What else would you notice? There is no life on the moon. The moon has almost no atmosphere, so there is no air to breathe. Without an atmosphere, nothing protects the moon from the sun's heat. Nothing holds in any of the sun's warmth either, so the moon gets very hot and very cold. Sunny parts of the moon get as hot as 253 degrees Fahrenheit. Other places get as cold as negative 387 degrees Fahrenheit. The moon is seen through a thin layer of the Earth's atmosphere. The moon has no atmosphere of its own. Look up at the night sky. Can you see the moon, our nearest neighbor in space? The sun and the planets are out there too, even if you can't see them now. Look down at the ground. That's Earth, our home planet. We are all part of the solar system. That was a good story, wasn't it, Chibi? I know a lot more about the Earth and the moon now. If you made it this far in the video, the secret word is cheese. If you whisper the secret word in my ear this week, I'll give you a special treat. So remember, boys and girls, always do your best and always be kind to each other. See you next time.